The function looks like this. As lambda tends to 0, q lambda tends to infinity. As lambda tends to 0, infinity, q lambda tends to 0. So this is the graph of the function, and since it is strictly increasing, there is exactly a point at which q lambda becomes 1, and that is the dominant eigenvalue. So in this manner we have proved that every Leslie matrix of a certain type has a unique dominant eigenvalue. What we can prove is, if lambda is the eigenvalue, then the dominant eigenvalue, then we can, please see into your top there. The corresponding eigenvalue can be written as, that can be found as 1 b1 by lambda 1, b1 b2 by lambda 1 squared, etc. b1 b2 bn minus 1 by lambda 1 raised to n minus 1. This is the corresponding eigenvector. So lambda has algebraic multiplicity 1, and therefore it has geometric multiplicity is also 1. So the eigenspace is nothing but a scalar multiple of this vector, all of whose components are positive. So if lambda k is any with any other eigenvalue, we can prove that mod of lambda k less than or equal to lambda 1. Most of the Leslie matrices, please look into your teletop, this one, into your PPT. Most Leslie matrices have a dominant eigenvalue, especially if in two succeeding classes ai and ai plus 1 are positive, then the Leslie matrix can be proved to have a dominant eigenvalue. If the dominant eigenvalue is less than 1, then the population eventually decreases and decays to 0. In fact, we can prove, supposing L has n distinct eigenvalues and L is diagonalizable, then we can prove that x power k is lambda power k into x initial vector. Therefore, the population increases as per lambda, the value of lambda. If lambda equal to 1, population remains stationary. If dominant eigenvalue is larger than 1, the population eventually grows without bound. Let us discuss a particular model called the spotted owl model. In 1990 Pacific Northwest, there was a controversy regarding the population of northern spotted owl. Studies conducted by environmentalists indicated that the spotted owl was on the verge of being extinct due to logging in old growth forests where owls prefer to live. If logging were stopped, the timber industry would have suffered a huge loss. So between two lobbying factions, there was misunderstanding. So government stepped in. This is the picture of the spotted owl. The government wanted scientists' reports to classify the owl as a threatened species. Mathematical ecologists decided to study the population dynamics of the spotted owl. The case study is as follows. This is a real case study which we have taken from America. The lifestyle of a spotted owl is divided into 3 stages: juvenile up to 1 year old, subadult 1 to 2 year old, adult over 2 years old. Generally, owl begins to breed as an adult and lives up to 20 years. The first step in studying the population dynamics is to model the population at yearly intervals, say k equal to 0, 1, 2. And only female owls are considered in this analysis. Now, this is the population of owls is modeled by this equation. This is called the stage matrix model. The entries in the first row of stage matrix describes the fecundity, that is our A1, A2, A3, and the other entries B1, B2, B3, they show survival. The most recent spotted owls data, the entries were found like this: juvenile survival, subadult survival, all are given. Let us create the stage matrix. The fecundity of the population is also given. Okay, what is the survival rate and what is the reproductivity rate, both are given. So we have constructed this stage matrix. So what happens in the juvenile stage? Everything gives birth at the rate of 0.125 and so on. 0.33 is the survival rate of the first class and 0.85 is the survival of the second and third classes. Now the eigenvalues of this matrix were found to be lambda 1 equal to 0.93715, lambda 2 and lambda 3 were conjugate complex roots. So obviously lambda 1 is the dominant eigenvalue and numerically it is less than 1. So they realized that the spotted owl population was becoming extinct. Okay, therefore the government stopped the cutting of the forests. Since the eigenvector corresponding to the dominant eigenvalue, we get the information that only 21% of the owls will be juveniles. Then the whale population model was also constructed. You must have all heard about the blue whale, and there was a lot of press reports that how this particular species was becoming extinct. In 1930s, before its virtual extinction and a great change in the survival rate, a researcher studied the blue whale population to find whether they were on the verge of extinction or not. So he created a model. This is the blue whale. The dominant eigenvalue in this case turned out to be 1.00721, which is greater than 1. So the scientist could conclude that the population of the blue whale is increasing steadily. If the population is increasing, one might be interested in harvesting a portion of the population for some purpose. If a fraction h of the population is harvested, what will happen? Supposing from xk to xk plus 1, where will you use this kind of information? For example, some fish are bred or some cattle for meat industry, they want to slaughter, harvest some fish. If they keep on harvesting beyond what is produced, at some stage the species will become extinct. We do not want to do that. So supposing a fraction h of the population is to be harvested, so at least status quo of the population is maintained. So what would we do? Earlier it was xk, now it is going to become axk. H proportion provided that proportionality constant is h into ax will be harvested. So xk plus 1 will be equal to axk minus h into axk. It is desired to find h so that the population at year k plus 1 equals that of year k. So if we equate both, this is the equation we get. X vector equal to ax minus h into ax, that is equal to 1 minus h into ax. This equation may be written as ax equal to 1 by 1 minus h into x. The number 1 by 1 minus h must be an eigenvalue of a. Since h is greater than 1, 1 by h minus 1 is greater than 1. If lambda is the only eigenvalue of a in magnitude larger than 1, it follows that 1 by 1 minus h equal to lambda or h equal to a lambda minus 1 by lambda. So we know that what proportion of the population there should be, we can calculate that. We know the value of lambda. So lambda minus 1 by lambda is the proportion that can be harvested. The same model can be applied to plants also. In the case of plants, we do not call it fecundity rate. The growth of a plant is called as sprout production. There was you can find out about common shrubs and common plants which are becoming extinct, and one can plot the stage level matrix, find the dominant eigenvalue, and on the basis of that we can predict whether that system is whether the population will be stable or increasing. I will give you the data for one plant model. This plant model, it was a common shrub called the speckled alder. It was grouped into 5 sizes and the Leslie matrix of order 5 cross 5 was made, and the dominant eigenvalue was calculated and it was found to be 1.01382. Okay, now to find that the dominant eigenvector was also calculated. So let me write the eigenvalue was found to be 1.01382, and the eigenvector, dominant eigenvector was found to be 0.83, 0.39, 0.30, 0.09 and 0.20. Now, supposing the initial information that is given to us, the initial vector is given, we do not know what it is. This is the initial vector, and then since the dominant eigenvector is given, we can multiply by lambda raised to k into this vector, and that would give you the population or the class wise distribution at the end of the kth period, how many plants are present in each of the age groups, and that will help us to take better decisions. So what we have seen in this lecture is, what are eigenvalues, what are dominant eigenvalues. What are dominant eigenvalues? If there is a single eigenvalue which is greater than all other eigenvalues, it is called a dominant eigenvalue. How do we calculate the dominant eigenvalue? We calculate it by a procedure. Start with any arbitrary vector x0 and keep applying a to that. If there is a dominant eigenvalue, eigenvector, then the sequence converges to that dominant eigenvector. And after that, we can use the Rayleigh coefficient method for finding the corresponding eigenvalue. This plays a vital part in the population studies. When we know the fecundity rate and we know the survival rate of the various classes, we can construct a stage model matrix. It is called a Leslie matrix. Under conditions that certain conditions, a Leslie matrix always has a dominant eigenvalue, and the future population can be predicted by using this dominant eigenvalue. If it is greater than 1, the population survives. If it is less than 1, the population declines, and if it is 1, the population is maintained at a steady state. This is part of the research work I did at St. Xavier's College with a few of my students. So this will make a very good undergraduate research project if you are interested in doing. I have collected some data about birds which are becoming extinct in India. For example, this is a bird which is no longer there. I do not know the name. I tried to find its name, couldn't find. But this is the great Indian bustard. This is also becoming extinct. And this is the Indian rhino that is also becoming extinct. Asiatic lion, there are very few of them. Very recently, some of them were electrocuted also. So what you can do is, you can collect data about this from various wildlife organizations, and then you can construct a stage matrix and you can predict what is going to happen there. You can also find the population of the girl child in your locality, wherever you are, and create a model and find what will be the situation after some years. These are all practical projects where if you know Mathematica, how to use Mathematica or MATLAB or some software, it will be very useful. This is a topic which is in the cutting edge research outside, because ecological biology, mathematical modeling, mathematical biology, they are all developing in a very fast rate. So this is a lot of scope for research. I hope you enjoy doing this kind of work. Thank you very much.